everyone. Thank you for being here on time. As mentioned, we're going to start this demo day 1 p.m. sharp Singapore time. So yeah, everyone, welcome to the inaugural demo day of Alibaba Cloud and KrASIA Global Startup Accelerators. My name is Sarah Mandagi from KrASIA team, and I'll be your host throughout the event today. As you all may know already, this inaugural demo day is Malaysia focused, where we highlight startups based in Malaysia, operating in Malaysia, or have plans to enter the country. We have received a warm response from the Southeast Asian startups. During our recruitment process, we received a lot of applications, even all the way from Russia and Chile. And the judges said it was really tough to pick just one startups because there are so many good ones. Anyway, this event is pretty much going straightforward. So we are going to start the demo right away. But before we go there, I'd like to do a quick round of introduction. First, I'd like to greet our judges today. And then after that, we'll be listening to an opening keynote from Alibaba Cloud. First thing first, hello judges. Today we maybe you can unmute yourself. Today we have Dave. Hi, Dave.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah,
this is Dave, General Partner, Altara Ventures.
Yes, Dave is the General Partner of Altara Ventures, and Altara Ventures is leading Southeast Asia as a leading Southeast Asia-based venture capital firm focused on investing in early and growth stage startups. Okay, thanks for being here. Thanks for your support, Dave. And then second in a row, we have Nathan from TMI. Actually, we have Nas as well, the VP of Strategic Investment, but he'll be joining us as soon as possible. And TMI is the venture capital arm of Telkomsel, which is the largest telco company in Indonesia. Hello, Nathan. Would you say hi to everyone?
Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity. So excited for this event and looking forward to hear more from you guys. Good luck.
Yeah, pleasure to have you here with us. And yeah, and then we also have Stefan Zhang, the Vice President of Vision Plus Capital. Vision Plus Capital was established by Aguiliux, the co-founder of Alibaba in 2015, with a focus on early stage startups and engaged in both RMB and USD investments. Hello, Stefan.
Hello, everyone. Appreciate for the opportunity to join the meeting and look forward to the presentations. Thank you.
Thank you for being here. And last but not least, we also have Lin En Shu. He's the head of solution architect of Alibaba Cloud Intelligence Malaysia. Hello, En Shu.
Hi, everyone. My name is En Shu.
Okay, awesome. All right, on to the next one. I'd like to invite Yilan Zhuang, the head of marketing and online business, Alibaba Cloud Intelligence Malaysia, to give opening keynote. Over to you, Yilan.
Thank you, Sarah. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for having me. My name is Yilan from Alibaba Cloud Malaysia. First of all, I would like to give a big thank you to all the participants and congratulations to the shortlist team. I was asked to do an opening, so I will take 2 and 3 minutes to give you an overview picture of Alibaba Cloud for your better understanding how we can help in the future. Next, please. So Alibaba Cloud founded in 2009. It's a global leader in cloud computing and artificial intelligence, providing services to thousands of enterprises, developers, and government organizations in more than 200 countries, with 24 Alibaba Cloud regions and 75 availability zones all over the world. Next, please. Nowadays, the digitalization is a trend. Every company in all industries wish to take this opportunity to boost their business to next level. So we provide 205 industry solutions like retail, fintech, infrastructure, and 37 general solutions like network, security, database, DevOps, etc. So companies in different industries and different sizes all can enjoy the benefits of digitalization with an affordable price that Alibaba Cloud offers. Next, please. So these are some customers we have already run their business on Alibaba Cloud platform, covering e-commerce, retail, financial services, manufacturing, aviation, telecom, infrastructure, media, and entertainment. They are all good examples for startups to learn from their solutions. We can see a lot of familiar logos here, but I won't go through it in details today. So if you would like to learn more about customer stories, just visit the link I shared at the bottom. Next, please. To support startup, we launched Project AsiaForward with an initial $1 billion funding and resources to cultivate a 1 million strong digital talent pool, empower 10,000 developers, and the growth of 10,000 technology startups in Asia Pacific over the next 3 years. The demo day you are joining now is under this program. Next, please. In Malaysia, we work together with Hands Profit to set up an innovation center in KL, offering a one-stop innovation enablement platforms for Malaysian SMEs, startups, and developers looking to push the technological frontier. Various cloud technology and business leadership trainings will be offered through the platform, as well as the nurturing of an ecosystem for venture capital networking. So there are more coming programs like another demo day in October, Tianchi competition in next few months. Please stay tuned. Okay, I think that's all, but last but not the least, I would like to wish all of you good luck to win the final prize. Thank you.
Thank you, Eli. Okay, now without further ado, let's get it started. So as mentioned, we have 10 finalists today, and each finalist will be given 8 minutes to pitch to the judges, followed by a 4 minutes Q&A. As we are on a tight schedule, very tight schedule, so sorry, but no extra time will be allowed. And finalists, please take a note. There will be a buzz at the 7 minutes mark. So the buzz will sound like this. Yeah. And if you exit to 8 minutes, then I will ask you to wrap up your pitch right away. Okay, everyone. Right now we're going to the first finalist, Janio. I would like to invite Senthil Kumar to the stage. Janio is an end-to-end technology-enabled Janio is a technology-enabled logistics provider offering e-commerce logistics, freight forwarding, and customs clearance services across Southeast Asia. Over to you, Janio. And if you are ready, okay, you already unmute yourself. If you're ready, then your 8 minutes starts right now.
Hello, everyone. A very warm welcome to the judges, the organizing committee, and the fellow finalists. My name is Senthil, and I'm the group head of commercial for Janio. It's a pleasure to be and an honor to be one of the finalists. And in the next couple of minutes, what I hope to do is elaborate and articulate in as much detail as I can what Janio is about as a company, the solutions that we offer, and the value proposition that we hope we are bringing about to companies within the whole ecosystem of e-commerce logistics. So the next 2 slides, I'll just give a quick overview of our company. We were established in 2018, so essentially we are still very, very young in our hyper growth stage, right? And over the past couple of years, 3 to 4 years, we've grown to over 250 staff with physical presence in China, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, and Thailand, right? And our main intention is to have physical operations coupled with our tech stack, which I will elaborate upon later on, in all of ASEAN, which now means that the only country left is Vietnam. What we hope to do and what we are doing very well as a service to our customers is that we provide e-commerce logistics, cross-border shipments, cash on delivery, customs clearance, freight forwarding, transshipment management, regional distribution center management, and partnership management. And all of this basically are presented to our clients on a modular basis for them to pick and choose what they would like to utilize and consume. These next slide basically presents pictures of our expansion and the details or some visual representation of our growth trajectory over the past few years. We have a 40,000 square feet warehouse in Indonesia right now, which serves as a fulfillment center. We've got physical cross-docking warehouses in Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Philippines, and as I mentioned, our next stage of growth is in Vietnam. Through the tech stack and the business model that we deploy, we are able to facilitate e-commerce deliveries, which is articulated here. So for example, in Singapore, we are able to deliver consignments that reach Singapore within 1 to 2 days. And we have the capacity to scale up to 20,000, 50,000 deliveries through not only our own network, but through partner networks that we have cultivated through our business proposition. And the rest of the countries, we are able to do so in similar scale as well. And what that means is essentially we are able to offer scalable solutions to a myriad of customers in around the whole ecosystem, or the spectrum of e-commerce ecosystem. And what I hope to do in the next few slides at least is to elaborate a bit more on the tech stack and our solution, how we're able to do that, right? So before I go on to that, the first thing that I want to say is that we saw a business opportunity in a few years ago based on some of the pain points that customers were feeling, right? Traditionally, there were very traditional shipping options or cross-border transportation options, such as the integrators like DHL, FedEx, UPS. And there was also the postal operators like SingPost, Post Malaysia, etc., who were offering solutions that were working. But for e-commerce clients themselves, there was a gap in the market where the traditional players like DHL, etc., were perhaps too expensive in order to canvas or cover the market that they wanted to cover. The coverage in terms of certain regions within ASEAN was not fully there. And another main or very important pain point was how to deal with customs, right? And the complexity of dealing with multiple logistics partners, because ASEAN in essence is a very complex geographic zone, right? So whilst the DHLs and the FedEx as well were able to do so, the cost may have been extremely prohibitive. By going towards a postal solution, it might have been too slow. So we were hoping to fit into that middle sweet Goldilocks zone by offering a competitively priced and competitive service level advantage as well to our clients, right? So how we have sought to do that? The main way that we're doing it is by aggregating what is essentially still a disaggregated supply chain within Southeast Asia. So let's take a look at this slide, and maybe I'll spend a bit of time on this slide the next to give you guys a little bit more color on what we do, right? Supply chain is basically broken down into different modules. You'll have first mile providers who are essentially vans. You'll have mid-mile providers who are essentially freight forwarders, airlines, and customs brokers. And then you'll have final mile providers who are essentially, again, van or motorcycle owners who deliver stuff, right? And across ASEAN and essentially across the world, there are many players in this fragmented, disaggregated segment. Right? They all do a certain piece of the chain without having the capability to basically connect the pieces. For a client who wants to ship cross-border or ship domestically, they may have to, or traditionally would have had to rely on multiple partner management, or would have had no choice but to use an end-to-end global provider who had developed the efficiencies of scale through decades, like FedEx and UPS, as I mentioned before. So how Janio comes to play and to add value to our clients is we aggregate all of these disaggregated parts of the supply chain using our technology platform, and not only using our technology platform, by combining our logistics experience with that, right? So I actually forgot to give a quick introduction of myself. I am Senthil, right? And I'm a 20-year-old professional with experience across general management, logistics, and e-commerce. And personally, I joined Janio because I was very excited by this idea, right? And over the past 2 years, when I've been with the company, I've seen this idea actually metastasize into something that's really, really tangible and working very well. They can enable clients to ship from Singapore to Indonesia using a multitude of players, but for them, they only see Janio as a singular point of reference. So this slide as well basically just gives you further color and further details on what our technology stack can do, right? And what I would like to spend a couple of minutes on was little bit short of time, is to focus on some of the value-added things that we can also offer to our clients, specifically for the e-commerce zone, right? So we offer a strong COD.
I'm sorry, I have to cut you, but your time is up.
Oh, okay. Okay, then maybe I'll just quickly close by saying that essentially we are very honored and grateful to be part of this initiative, and we thank the organizers for choosing us as one of the finalists, and we hope that we will be able to add value to the ecosystem if we have further discussions as well. But we are very much keen to have further discussions with Alibaba as a group at any point. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Senthil. Okay, for the judges, maybe anyone want to start asking questions? Or Dave, do you want to ask Janio?
Yeah, I can kick it off.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Senthil, for the presentation. And logistics is definitely an interesting space as e-commerce and online businesses flourish in Southeast Asia and connect to the rest of the world. I myself am a big fan of logistics. Previously backed a couple of logistics company. My question to you, maybe I'll just start with one, which is, you guys are definitely trying to do something that is interesting and ambitious. How do you get all your various partners to come onto your platform in your early days? Because when you start off as a young company, there has to be quite a bit of trust and faith on you guys. So I'm curious to hear the story there.
Yeah, so initially when we first started, there were a few quick wins that enable us to get to that scale of efficiency that you were mentioning, Dave. So I'll give you an example, right? So how we add value to some of the vendors that we work with, right? If you're talking about the bigger players, they may not see the value immediately, but we aggregate not just the bigger players, but smaller vendors as well, right? So Singapore, Malaysia is a very good example. There are many, I would say, mid-size and small-size delivery agents in Klang Valley and in Singapore as well, right? So how we started was by working with these guys, by promising them volumes which they weren't able to get from a cross-border perspective. And we had a few anchor customers, and we worked with a few startups that also grew very quickly with us, right? So the volumes came in tandem, and we were able to leverage on that. I mean, essentially, what I'm trying to say is that the value proposition was strong enough where we had quite a bit of accelerated growth in the first year. And with that, we were then able to leverage onto different lanes. The trick right now is to get that going from a multiple lane perspective. It's a bit of a challenge. So for example, like China to Malaysia, China to Singapore, that's a strong, heavy artery, right? But if you're looking at certain lanes like Malaysia to maybe Vietnam, that may not be, right? But there may be some customers who still require that. So we are trying to create products where we work with players. We are a 4PL essentially, right? So we want to manage global players as well, like the likes of FedEx, DHL, etc., and offer that as an option. And we offer a multitude of mid-ground or middle-level options as well, so that we facilitate all possibilities. I hope that answers your question, Dave.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay. We still have 2 minutes for the Q&A. Anyone want to ask from the judges? En Shu, maybe you unmute yourself.
Yeah. Hi, Senthil. So may I know in this space, right? So what you offer is actually a little bit unique. Who are your competitors?
Well, we compete with the asset owners, right? And we compete with some of the channel management guys. So let me give you a little bit more color on that, right? So if let's say we are talking about a cross-border solution from Singapore, Malaysia, right? So the likes of a Ninja Van or a JNT also have that, or Q Express also has that. A DHL already has that, but they are traditional asset-based players. They won't be able to offer multiple solutions at the final mile in Malaysia, for example, right? But clients do see them as a very viable option, right? We also compete with channel players like the likes of e-commerce sometimes, right? Or who integrate at the top line, right? The e-shop wars of this world, right? They are enablers, and then they also afford or provide a 4PL management module to clients. So we do have quite a bit of competition, but I would agree with you. Not many people. Actually, no one in ASEAN really is doing what we're doing. We are a 4PL, a tech powered and enable 4PL with some strategic asset ownership.
So how do you integrate with any e-commerce? And for now, until now, so which e-commerce platform have you integrated with? It's just like, for example, like if I buy something from Lazada or Shopee, right? So whatever that I'm buying is actually like, for this vendor or this merchant, it will be delivered with maybe JNT, Ninjava and whatnot. So those kind of integration.
So the marketplaces are being basically JNT and Ninjavan are the primary carriers for Shopee and Lazada respectively, right? So we are working with Shopee and Lazada, but we are not working with them on the final mile perspective because that's where the marketplaces prefer asset owners, and the rates expectations are too low for us to even compete with. However, our main focus area are brands and not so much marketplaces. So the brands and the SMEs and the retailers who are using the likes of Shopify to sell online, right? So we are integrated with Shopify, Magento, and we are in talks with Lazada and Shopee to integrate from a cross-border perspective. And in fact, coincidentally, we are also in talks with Janio to see how we can act as a middle layer to facilitate that flow from China into ASEAN, which is still very heavy, and they are managing multiple partners right now, maybe not so efficiently perhaps, or efficiently, but they may need some added work there.
Okay. Thank you, Senthil, and thank you, judges. Sorry, I have to cut the time, but yeah, if you guys, judges, if you have further questions for Janio, we will be happy to connect you guys offline. So yeah, just reach out to us after this demo day. Okay, thank you, Senthil.
Thank you very much.
Yes. And I'm going to the next finalist. We already have Zach here from Curlec. Hi, Zach. Okay, he's ready. So yeah, Curlec builds technology on top of payment infrastructure to make it easy for businesses of all sizes to collect recurring payments and take control of their cash flow. Zach, are you ready?
Yes, can everyone see my slide?
I can. Okay, I'll start counting down right now. You're at minute start.
Cool. Hi, everyone. My name is Zach, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Curlec. Curlec is a Malaysia-based fintech company that makes it really easy for businesses of all sizes to collect recurring payments and take control of their cash flow. And how we do this by building technology on top of payment infrastructure. So just to share with you guys a little bit about our story so far. So we launched the company back in 2018, really to solve the problem that many businesses here face, and in fact, sort of globally face, which is around cash flow, and in particular, collections. You know, it's estimated that around 75% of Malaysian businesses suffer from late payments. And in particular, the direct debit payment mechanism, whereby a business has the ability to pull payments directly from their customer's bank account following a one-time authorization. This had only been made available by banks to large corporates that had the capabilities and resources to facilitate it, which then meant for the majority of businesses, particularly SMEs, having the ability to truly be in control of your payments and take control of your cash flow was never really an option. So that's why Curlec steps in and provided a very simple online solution, which meant that any business, particularly SMEs, now had the capabilities to plug into the banking network and process these recurring payments. And like I said, take control of their cash flow, make sure they get paid on time. So that's how we start off in 2018. In terms of our high-level numbers around traction, we're processing close to $200 million on an annual basis, over 1 million transactions annually. And since starting, we're averaging, on a compounding rate, close to 500% growth year on year. In terms of the businesses we serve, like I said, serve businesses of all shapes and sizes, but all have recurring revenue type models, from small to large, online to offline, B2B, B2C. And as you can see from the slide here, some familiar names, across quite a wide range of use cases as well. So, that's a little bit about our story so far. And I think it's particularly apt that we're on this slide because, whilst we have up until now really focused in on recurring payments, particularly through the banking network, one thing we've come to discover with a lot of our merchants is that while solving payments is crucial, actually there's a much larger problem at hand, a much larger opportunity for us personally as a business which is not focusing just on payments, but all the surrounding processes that sit outside of it, particularly if you're recurring revenue type businesses, particularly if it's subscription-based business. And let me just show you a typical journey for one of our businesses that have these recurring revenue type models. I'm not going to try and make any sense of this right now, but what I can tell you about it is that incredibly cumbersome, incredibly manual, disjointed, and quite frankly, acts as a huge barrier to entry to any business that's trying to move to a recurring revenue subscription type model. And on the flip side, anyone that has done so, a huge barrier to scaling the business appropriately. So here at Curlec, we set out to solve that. And as you can see here, I think what we say is, we're building out every piece of the jigsaw to solve this problem. Firstly, in our home market of Malaysia, and sort of, scaling this is something I'll touch upon later. But, if we sort of go from left to right on the screen, like I said, we started off firstly with direct debit payments, processing recurring payments through the banking interbank network in Malaysia. And then subsequently have also added, more payment capabilities, the capabilities to accept, Visa, MasterCard, credit, debit card type transactions too. I'm quite proud to say, we are sort of the market leaders when it comes to these recurring collections in Malaysia. On top of that, we've also added the capabilities, not only to collect payments, but send payments to money in, money out. And through money out, have the capabilities to do this in real time through the banking network, which is a huge value proposition to a lot of our merchants and opens up a wide range of use cases, that we're starting to execute on now. And finally, sort of on the right-hand side of the screen, which I'll elaborate more in the next slide, the processes that surround payments, particularly these recurring type models. So we call it subscription management and billing. And I'll go on to the next slide now. And as you can see here, what we've built is a complete recurring revenue platform for any business, whereby a business now has the ability to onboard their customers, potentially set up a website too, manage the whole order plans, pricing plans, subscription management, when invoices and billings are due, automate that process, seamlessly integrate that into our payments engine, which is our bread and butter, and subsequently handle all the reconciliation, reporting and analytics. And, like I said, we can also have the capabilities to send payouts through our system too, and really creating what we call a Shopify type experience for businesses looking to enter the subscription economy, who are, that pick and mix, self-serve, one-stop shop, for businesses wanting to process recurring revenue, and like I said earlier, B2B, B2C, online, offline, enterprise or SMEs. And we believe in Southeast Asia, there is a huge market opportunity for what it is we are building. The global subscription economy is estimated to be worth, $500 billion, of which Southeast Asia, those transactions which are processed on a recurring nature, $40 billion. $40 billion that's growing extremely quickly, around 20%, year on year. But I think more importantly, incredibly underpenetrated, and entering now presents a unique opportunity where we can capture this market early and help shape the future of commerce in this region, moving away from one-off type transactions, let's call this commerce 1.0, to a future where transactions happening more recurring basis. We're moving to subscription or as a service type models, and we want to power that at Curlec, making this move from commerce 1.0 to commerce 2.0. And I think often, when we talk about sort of subscriptions, obviously the West comes into mind here, and the Spotifys, the Netflixes of this world, and often people tell, hey guys, it's those are very card-centric countries, which has enabled subscription plans or recurring payments, and we agree, and I think that whilst certain countries in this part of the world don't have high card penetration rates, what we feel is incredibly exciting that's coming up from a banking and payments infrastructure standpoint, which will really start to democratize the market, is really around real-time payments and open banking. The fact that you can start to do payments in real time, pretty much close to free through the banking systems, is a game changer. It really starts to open up the market, really starts to democratize financial services and payments, and I think presents a unique opportunity where you're going to see all sorts of new business models pop up, and particularly in the recurring space here at Curlec, we believe we can execute on that, and really build on top of that. So just to round off, I know I've got my 1 minute warning already. In terms of what we're doing, we believe we're building a unique proposition to this part of the world that goes beyond payments, that's really focusing on a particular niche. And we don't think anyone's looking at it, the way we are at the moment. We believe there's a massive underpenetrated opportunity in Southeast Asia. Entering now presents a good opportunity to get in early. And I think finally, I haven't really said much about the team, but our team comes from a wealth of fintech experience. And we've shown that we have the capability to establish category leadership in Malaysia. And certainly we believe we can do that elsewhere in Southeast Asia. So I think that's it from me. We are raising funds at the moment to fund our next stage of growth. And I look forward to speaking to anyone who's interested. That's it from me. Thanks.
Thank you, Zach. Awesome pitch. Okay, on to the judges right now. Anyone want to kick it off? Or I'll ask Stefan, maybe. Do you want to ask question to Zach? Or En Shu?
I'll go first. Yeah. Hi, Zach. Maybe I missed out the first part. So just want to understand, right? So let's say today I'm using Spotify. I have a credit card.
Yep.
I can do recurring payments. And I think your solution is to resolve those that doesn't have a credit card, right? And how do you do recurring payment collection? Let's say if I only have a bank account, I don't have a credit card. So do you integrate with my debit card, or what are the other payment options?
So, in terms of a payment processing perspective, what we can do, well, like I said, it's firstly credit cards as well as bank accounts. I think in that particular scenario, how we started off business was to facilitate just the bank accounts first. And in terms of that model, we partner up with banks, and we just basically build a technology layer that sits on top of the banks. That means that a merchant that is probably not a Spotify, or Netflix, doesn't have that tech capabilities, now can plug into our service, and we give them, if you want to use the terms, a Spotify type experience, if you want to call it that. Now what we're doing is building out obviously more payment options, obviously, the billing and invoicing to go along with it, and managing sort of everything cradle to grave. That means, really you don't have to do any software development. If you're a small merchant, you just plug into our sort of dashboard. If you're a larger merchant, rather than you trying to build it yourself, you just leverage either on our system, or you just plug into our API to do so.
Right. So have you also established any integration with, obviously, banks outside of Malaysia?
For the moment, we're just in Malaysia. Yeah, for the moment, we're just in Malaysia. Malaysia. Although, some of our banking partners are regional banks. So,
right. Okay.
Yeah, it's more to come soon. More to come.
Understand. Would you also give some examples of who are the merchants, obviously the merchants that are using this recurring, obviously subscription kind of payment option?
Yeah. I don't think my screen is shared anymore. But it really ranges across industries. If we take sort of an old school type subscriptions style company, insurance, life insurance premiums are a lifelong subscription plan. We're working with an insurance company like AXA as an example. And I think payment collection is just one piece of the jigsaw, right? But really what we're trying to sell here is stuff that goes, the complexity that sits on top of payment systems. So with someone like AXA, what we're doing is helping them in billing, but also, with their digital products, help them start to release new digital products to the market. All the complexities that sit outside their legacy systems handled by us. So that's just one example. And then, we work with, a wide range of industries. Fintech is a big one for us, whether it's lending and savings as well. So it really quite wide.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
Okay, Dev, do you want to ask a question? I saw you unmute yourself.
Yeah, Zach, thanks. This is another interesting topic. 9 years ago, I was building Zuora in San Francisco Bay Area. So maybe one simple question first is, what does Curlec means? How do you choose the name? Second question is maybe more related to your business, right? How do you see yourself building traction in Southeast Asia?
Yeah. So to answer your first question, I'll cut to the chase. There is a story, but anyways, it stands for recurring collections. So CUR from recurring, LEC from collections, and we got the .com as well, so that was handy. In terms of sort of scaling the business, I think what differentiates us from Zuora, let's say, is we view Zuora as an enterprise product. I think certainly where we were going after is SME initially. But not only that, it's also, building the relevant integrations and building payments. Generally speaking, when we look at the Zuoras and ChargeBees of this world, they tend to partner up with payment companies. I think for us, it's, firstly, building payments ourselves, whether that's sort of credit card type processing or banking type processing. And certainly, when we start to scale, we've really built that payment infrastructure. It's obviously, just building that elsewhere, taking that software and building it elsewhere. And, our model has been to partner up with banks. So we're not licensed. We build software, and sort of software can be transported, around the region. And particularly with this real-time payment stuff, where cross-border type transactions will be, well, in effect, built on similar infrastructure. We sort of feel there's an opportunity there to just take it across.
Okay, awesome. Sorry, I have to cut you guys here. So yeah, thank you, Zach. Awesome presentation. Thank you, Dave and En Shu, for your questions. As mentioned earlier, judges, if you have any more further questions for Zach, for Curlec, then just reach out to us after this demo day, and then we will be happy to connect you guys. Okay, move on to the next one. Thank you, Zach. We have MinimoTech. We have Mohi. Okay, I think he's here already. MinimoTech provides online merge offline solutions for retailers and consumers. Hi, Mohi. Are you here yet?
Hi,
okay.
Mute. Moment. Can you hear me?
I can now, yes.
Okay, so shall
Are
I
you
start?
ready?
Yes.
Okay, I start right now, 8 minutes from now.
Okay, I'm Janio. I'm from MinimoTech. My project is called MinimoShop. It's a smart retail solution. Basically, it's online merge offline solution. The problem we're going to solve is basically for three parties. One is the online store, because online store is hard to provide the on-store experience. Physical store, second party is physical store because they have the physical distance limit, also social distance limit. Last will be the end user because they want to have a ubiquitous shopping experience. So let's look at this competition landscape of this industry. Basically, we can say that there are two categories. One is the marketplace, one is individual brand. So for marketplace, definitely the big brother will be Tmall, Jingdong, Amazon Go. They are very good at online and offline solution. And for online one will be Lazada and Shopee. And for individual brand, maybe like Shopify, Shopline, and also like boutique. So they are very good at web generator to provide the online solution for the customer, for the merchant. But also we aim for online and offline. That is how MinimoShop come in. The technology we use basically is for the stage-by-stage implement for online and offline store. So we start from mobile electronic commerce, then we add loyalty point and membership system. Slowly now we have integrated AR, augmented reality, gamification, and geofencing, and next going to be AI shop system. End of the year, we're going to implement for the Wearable Device Os to deliver to the end user through the 4 channels. One is iOS, Android, Huawei, and web store. While for the merchant that manage everything through the software as a service backend. This is the scenario for offline. Basically, the user just take out the phone, scan the AR marker, they will know more information. They also can ask for AI assistant to get more information. The cashier can know this end user through the big data and also through a loyalty point and membership system. For the online scenario, definitely will include the mobile commerce and geofencing, and we also integrated the chatbot assistant. This is how the merchant backend look like. Basically, for merchant, they will just manage everything through the one-click button effort content management system that will help them to deliver with the very personalized brand, but standard structured ads and web for stable and trustworthy performance. This next step we're going to implement at the end of this year is the Wearable Device Os. So basically for the end user, they will just wear this, they can look at the discount pop out. They also can use integrate with the ePay e-wallet. For the merchant, they can use to create for the targeted marketing for this kind of end user. And also can have the customer service as the chat response. Definitely this wearable device is used for e-commerce and loyalty point. Basically, I am Janio. I have 30 years IT experience and 11 years of mobile app development agency experience. I'm Malaysian, but I studied in Singapore. So basically, I had started 2 companies, one in Malaysia, one in Singapore. Also, I have 1 year China experience. Basically, my team is stationed in Johor Bahru, southern part of Malaysia. That's near to the Singapore. So, okay, my team, Wom, senior designer, 4 year experience. Atika, senior developer, 3 year experience. Also, I have a developer, Renuka and Faham. Also, I have also quite a lot of project to Ho Chi Minh. That's why I have an account manager there. And I have 2 cat, Mini and Mama as my mascot. Over 11 years, we have completed 70 projects as a mobile app development agency. But now we have turned all this to be the software SaaS platform. So for all this portfolio we've done include mobile electronic commerce, also gamification using our CATS trademark. Also, we have done some AR VR marketing, like for the Plus Highway, also petrochemical, the Japanese oil company. Also, we have done quite a lot of utility tools for some of the financial company, and also under our own brand, MinimoTech. And we have done now recently we have quite a few soft SaaS platform. One is website generator, and one is for the QR menu for the restaurant. Basically, for Minimo Shop, we use the blue ocean strategy because our merchant, they need to own everything is very expensive. That's why we try to reduce the price by eliminate the product advisor. There's a human factor. Also raise the geofencing and traffic, create the offline experience for the merchant. Our strength basically is we are strong in native coding and development. We care about the branding and marketing. Then we more on localized because we not only speak different language, inherit different culture because we are ASEAN team, also registered in Singapore and Malaysia, two countries. We care about the online merge offline solution. Not only for the 70 projects I said we've done for various customers before, we also actively participate for various contests and exhibitions. So we won the Create Alibaba Style Contest 2019, Joe Balu final, first run out, and represented Malaysia to the global final in the new retail and win the winning prize. Last year, we have also participated in the Huawei Spark Global Startup Contest and win the total 15 finalists. And earlier this year, we also won the Asia Pacific Telecom 5G Challenge Jury Special Prize. So this is me. Before I ending, I can show this is the business model canvas, and also this is some of the contest exhibition we done before. Okay, that's the end of my presentation.
Wow. Awesome. Okay, you still have 2 minutes left, but yeah, that's nice. Okay.
Okay.
Do you want to add, or it's
no, it's okay. Okay, go to Q&A.
Okay, then judges, if you have questions for MinimoTech, please feel free to unmute yourself.
Hi, Mohi.
Hey, hi.
So yeah, I want to ask about the revenue model that you're currently charging to your customers. So how do you charge your clients? Like, for example, online versus online, do you take like some sort of take rate, or is it subscription basis or anything else?
In the past, we use the customization because this is what we did for these 10 years. We do a lot of customer way, but the customization is very time tedious and a lot of time consuming. That's why this few years we are transitioning into the SaaS model. So we make it to be subscription model. So starting from web only, it will be just 100 ringgit per month. Then if you add about a mobile app, there will be less than 800 ringgit per month only. Yeah, for 4 platforms.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any other questions, Nathan, or done?
Yeah, done.
Okay. Maybe Dave or En Shu or Stefan, do you have any questions?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, Dave?
Thanks. None from me, thanks.
All right. Okay. Stefan, do you have any questions?
Yeah. How does AI works in your business model?
AI for here, we use as the short assistant, more like chatbot at this moment. In future, we'll consider use for the big data for the AI, but currently our AI is more on the chatbot.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Mohi, and thank you, judges. As mentioned, if you want to reach out, not just for judges, but for all participants here, if you want to connect with MinimoTech, please feel free to reach out to us after this demo day. We'll be happy to connect you guys. Thank you, Mohi.
Thank you.
And yeah, everyone, we'll be having another 2 startups to pitch after this before we take 5 minutes break. And for the next one, I would like to call Anson from TalentCloud.ai. Hi, Anson, are you here?
Yeah.
Okay, I can see you and I can hear you. Okay, do you want to start your screen? You want to check it out?
Okay, let me share my screen.
Yeah.
Can see, right?
Can, and you can
Just the full screen. All right. Are you ready?
All right. Yeah, let me start.
Okay, 8 minutes starts now.
Yeah, thanks everyone. My name is Anson. I'm the founder of TalentCloud.ai. So we are human capital management software plus the data analytics features. Basically, a very simple company background. We are incorporated in 2019, 2 years experience. Then we have a total founding team is 13 people. Everybody is part of the shareholders as well. So currently we have about roughly 20 enterprise clients, and average contract value is 100,000 USD. What we offer in the industry is we offer AI-powered software for human capital management and data analytics. Currently, we're offering 20 modules for the human capital management, from employee self-service, talent acquisition, until the workforce planning and AI analytics and reporting. Our business revenue model, basically, we are charging for annual subscription fees. Right now it's 80%, and 20% will go to the implementation fees. For current market in Malaysia, we are not charging any fees for the software customization, support training, or third-party integration service. But there's a plan for future that we might charge for software customization training, especially, and also third-party the integration fees. So this is a sample of our current financial projection data. Last year we did $500,000 USD. Supposedly we should grow much faster because Malaysian market due to the COVID, so everything becomes slow a bit. So we are expecting this year, we are targeting for 6 million in pipeline in USD dollar, and we're targeting for 2 million in collection revenue. So right now on hand, we already have 1.2 million US dollar as the confirmed orders. And you can see as a big jump from 2022 to 2023. Oh, by the way, our year end is June. So for FY 2022 will be end of June 2022. So in 2022 and 2023, there's a big jump. So we hope that we intend to launch our product in Singapore and Australian market together with maybe some extra software offerings. Later, I can show a bit on the product roadmap. Basically, in our long-term goal is that we want to be a Workday for Asian countries. So simple, because Workday is very expensive in the market. So what we want to do is like we want to have the same level of products in Asian countries, but the price maybe 20% or 30% of Workday. In Malaysia, basically right now we are competing with Oracle and SAP directly. And from what the feedback from our potential clients and current clients, they call us the Workday, Malaysian Workday. So that's actually quite of impressive feedbacks from our current clients. So for the competitive advantage we have is like we win the case compared to SAP and Oracle. Basically, it's the cost, for especially for Malaysia. SAP and Oracle, because they have a quite huge hidden cost as well, and support and training costs, because currently we are offering for free. So we actually can win quite easily compared to Oracle and SAP due to the pricing issues. So this is our product roadmap. Basically, we always want to be an AI software companies. So right now we are more focused on the human capital management and data analytics. But in the future, we intend to have extra software offering in the market for like CRM software, accounting and finance software, and BI software. But mostly we focus on Asian Pacific market. So everything will be done into the AI features. For currently, we're actually expanding the team to build and launch the artificial intelligence, most likely before end of next year. So this is the four of us. So I'm the founder of the team, and Susan is currently the CEO and head of product. Actually, we are still in the transaction period. So slowly, I will pass all my tasks to Susan, most likely maybe by end of this year. So that's why right now I'm still doing this presentation. Otherwise, Susan will be doing. Harvey will be handling for the backend and server side, especially on the because we are currently using AWS. So Harvey is handling all the AWS infrastructure, and Chingy is handling all the product development. I think that's all. Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Thank you, Anson.
Yeah. One more thing. Sorry, because currently we actually raising capitals. So I appreciate that if any investors are interested, because we are raising capital to expand into the regional market right now.
Awesome. Okay. Judges, anyone?
So,
Okay.
hi, if I may ask, can you explain a little bit more in terms of what sort of AI use cases have been applied into your current system?
There's quite a number of AI features in our current systems, from the resume parsing in the talent acquisitions, also in some sort of like a data analytics for each of the reporting modules as well. And also we have the data prediction for succession planning in the company itself. So based on the data we collected, we can do some sort of like prediction to tell the employer when the employee is going to resign and who will be the suitable person to replace these kind of things. But we're still exploring these features, AI features, because previously we actually have an AI team, but we realized that it's actually the resource is too high, so we couldn't sustain for that, and so that's why we're actually not really doing very fast. So we are doing slowly right now.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
yeah, thanks.
Lin En Shu. And yeah, maybe Dave, Stefan, or Nathan, any further questions for Anson?
Okay, I think I want to ask on your go-to-market strategy. Like, for example, what's your plan in the projection? Right, I saw that you're planning to boost your revenue even further by introducing new products as well. But what about the market? Are you still gonna focus on Malaysian market, or you're gonna expand more into the region? And what's your strategy to penetrate into the new countries?
We are not just focusing Malaysia. Actually, in fact, right now we actually receive a lot of inquiries from US, from India, from Singapore, from Australia as well. But due to limited resources, so actually we are not really handling those overseas clients. So most of the clients right now we have is actually through inquiry. That means they send in the inquiries to us, then we will follow up. So we don't have much like a very strategy on that. So because we for all those inquiries, we are not able to handle all of them already. So we actually drop a lot of smaller clients right now. So for Indian, for US, for especially for Singapore and Australia, we actually drop a lot of potential clients. So what we do is like we launch the software in those countries, especially for certain regulations, we need to meet the requirements in every single country. Then once we have enough team members, they should be able to handle it. Yeah, and also because we see the revenue jump, the reason is because we can take advantage from Singapore and Australia currencies. Because in Malaysia, we sell for 1 million, for example, we have to convert into the US dollar become 250K. So that's a very big disadvantage for us.
Okay. So for example, when you enter a new country in a new market, how long does it typically require you to penetrate and build your presence there?
I think at least take 1 year, at least. Because right now actually not only overseas countries, like in Malaysia, the biggest challenge right now for us is that we are not able to because we are startup company, smaller size. So for bigger companies, they always have concerns, financial background, whether you can able to sustain your business in the few next years. So this is always a question. So we actually need to solve that kind of problems first. I think in other countries, I think it's quite simple, because clients, why we receive a lot of inquiries is because clients see that some bigger names, especially for example like our current clients, we have a lot of Japanese companies. Because when you see there's a lot of Japanese companies become our clients, so then other Japanese companies become very confident. And also a lot of Malaysian Japanese companies, they actually have a branch, or they have another office in Singapore. So it's actually very easy for us to target those companies.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, Nathan, for your question, and thank you, Anson, for your pitch. Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you. And yeah, so maybe for you guys who just tune in, I'd like to repeat, if you guys want to connect with our startups finalists, and then just feel free to reach out to us after this demo day, and then we'll be happy to connect you guys offline. And we are moving on to the next one, which is the last one before we take a 5 minutes break. I would like to call Deep from Aguiliux. Correct me if I pronounce your startup wrong. Deep, are you here yet?
Can you hear me, guys?
I can hear you clearly.
Yeah, give me a minute.
I can't see you. Okay, now I can see you.
No, actually, I cannot see. Can you see my screen? Because I'm not able to load the Zoom window.
Oh.
Can you see my screen or not?
No, cannot. But I think our team maybe can help with the.
Oh, wait, it's there. It's there. I can see now.
Yeah.
Tell me if you can see my screen.
It's still loading on my computer. Yeah, I can see your screen.
So can I start?
Yeah, if you're ready, you can start now, 8 minutes from now.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, guys. I'm Deep, the CEO and founder of Aguiliux. With Aguiliux, we are building software for the insurance industry. If you see, majority of insurtech startups are trying to sell policies themselves. They are trying to be the resellers of the insurance companies or middlemen of the insurance company. What we are trying to do is we are trying to digitally transform the existing players, whether it's insurance companies, brokers, or agencies. We are building software to help them do their things on their own, to control their own growth and the revenue. So if you see here, almost everybody, you must have some experience with insurance. I mean, leave the insurtech, the modern age guys, right? But the traditional players, everybody is in not that great shape with the technology, launching new products or managing the claims, customer service. Almost everything is in a quite bad shape. Everything takes time. And the key reason, there could be so many reasons, but the key reason which we have seen is actually the lack of technology. One statistic says that insurance company replaces their software every like 17 years. So which is like eons in the age of digitalization, right? So if I bought a software, say 10 years back, and my replacement cycle still needs another 10 years to go, and right now I'm struggling because I can't offer the whole online digital stuff to my customers, what do? There is no way for me to replace my software and spend a lot of money. And what do we do? So exactly this is what we are trying to solve with Aguiliux. We have built a suite of products. It's a software application, cloud-based, which can be used by different guys in their own scenario. We are focusing on 3 different segments. The first one is the insurance companies. So just now I gave you example, right? So they can't replace the software if the life is another 10 years to go. So what do they do? So the way we offer our solution is that our solution sits in front of their backend system, and then using our software, they can launch an app or a portal or a claim submission thing or whatever they want to do, a chat bot, all that kind of stuff they can launch using our system, but everything is integrated into their backend system. That way, they don't really need to do a major infrastructural change. With the existing infrastructure, they actually can do the digital stuff. The second category of product which we do is also pretty potentially big market for us is the commercial brokers. A lot of these guys are still in a very manual way of handling all the commercial deals. So they have to be the middle person between the insurance companies or the reinsurance companies and the policyholder. And there's a lot of to and fro of the information, the documents, all manual stuff happens within the book. So what we have done is we have built a software to manage the entire broking process. We can do the collection of the information from the customer, push it to the insurers, multiple insurers, get quotations from them, consolidate, do the comparison. So we do end-to-end automation for brokers which are in this commercial insurance space. The last software which we do is for insurance agencies. It's a CRM application, but a specialized insurance CRM agency. Means if you compare it with the standard CRM, which there are so many in the market, you have to customize it for insurance. So we will already have a ready-made modules for policies, for claims, workflows for policy expiry, reminders, payment collection. A lot of stuff is already inbuilt. So these guys actually can use the software straight away. So these are the 3 different areas or 3 different segments which Aguiliux focusing upon. If you see it globally, it's a huge market, $40 billion a year on the overall software for the insurance industry. But we, of course, are not focusing on the whole world. If you come down a little bit down, our focus is Southeast Asia, where we will be focusing in 8 different countries. We are already having customers in 6 different countries. 2 are still left. Hong Kong and Thailand is still there, but we are talking to some guys, probably will happen in next coming months. So we have calculated based upon total number of insurance companies, brokers, agencies, how much is our value of the product, and we get from there is roughly 600 million market. The good part is that the competition wise, it's pretty good. There's almost no competition. We are in a very strong place, and if we push it, we can be a big leader. So next 2 years will be still in the Southeast Asia, and then after that we'll focus on another 2 areas. One is the Middle East and Africa area, and last one will be the Latin America. We are not planning to go in the countries which are already advanced in this kind of technology, like US, Europe, certain portions of China, Hong Kong, Australia. A lot of these places we are not really. Hong Kong is big market, we will go there. Competition will go probably next year, but mainly our focus is in the developing countries, where this industry is still waiting for the disruption in terms of digitalization. We launched Aguiliux last year, May 2020. And so far, we have been working with these 4 guys. Baltec is our largest customer. We are running their operations in 5 different countries. Recently, we closed Great Eastern, which is in Malaysia. We are setting up the whole customer engagement, customer management system for those guys. And on the broking side, we have closed 3 different customers. 2 are in Singapore, and the 3rd one is in Malaysia. Awg Insurance was our first broking customer, which we together built the whole product with these guys. Took us almost 8 months. We went live this year in June. So after that, we actually got this. Overall, if you see, we are managing more than 15 million insurance policies in our system, and every month we are adding almost 350 to 400,000 new policies in the system. So we are managing a lot of data. Of course, everything is cloud-based, and we don't have anything. And from the revenue point of wise, we are currently at around 350K on an annualized basis. Besides those paying kind of customers, there's a huge pipeline. We not really doing a huge amount of marketing, but still the way things are going, there are lots of interest in, not just from the customers. If you see, there are lots of customers, some of them are like big major guys. We recently finished a POC with China Bank in Philippines. It's a huge project, largest for us. Aon is another largest broker in the world. There's so many guys we are currently talking to. Most of them are in different stages. Some where we already have done POCs, some we are giving them proposals, some presentation demos are happening. But overall, if you see, close to around 3 million worth pipeline is there out of these around 20 different potential customers. On the other side, there's a lot of partners also have shown interest to work with us, because the kind of products which we are doing, it's actually makes sense for those partners to add on to their. Majority of them are the system integrator companies. So a lot of these customers from here are actually through our partners.
1 minute to go.
Revenue wise, we are hoping to hit around 50 million by end of 2025. It's a pure SaaS model. There's a component of professional services as well. Team wise, we have more than 11 years of experience in SaaS. Our first product was Second CRM, which we did in the Asia Pacific in 7 different countries. Competition, there is some competition, but main thing is that we have already software deployed in 6 different countries in Asia Pacific. We fully meet all the regulatory requirements of BNM, MAS in every country, OJK in Indonesia, IC in Philippines. We maintain all of those regulation. We are also looking for around $1.5 million as a seed or a pre-series A round to further our growth. And this, if you have any more questions, please do ask. Thank you very much.
Awesome, Dave. Thank you so much for a pitch. Okay, judges, anyone want to start the question? You can unmute yourself, please. Or Dave, maybe do you want to ask Dave some questions?
Sure. Thanks a lot, Deep. Interestingly, I actually connected with Deep just very recently, but we didn't maybe get to talk about this particular topic, which is competition. Maybe Deep, I would love to hear your thoughts a little bit on competition and why why the lack of in Southeast Asia. If you look at a lot of the players, they are coming from other starting point. So we would love to hear your learnings over there.
Sure. See, first thing is, if you see here that the majority of countries have some kind of tech players, some kind of guys are there, but most of them are like a very old technology legacy kind of player. The maximum they may have a VB, Visual Basic kind of an application, which is also like 20 years old. So there's not much new stuff is there. Probably they are scared that it's a regulatory stuff. If we go to cloud, things will be a problem, or if we change the technology, maybe there's a problem. A lot of these guys are kind of incumbent. They are not doing it. But there are these 4 or 5 guys which we have found within this region who are doing the latest stuff with the cloud and mobile and all that kind of stuff is there. But if you see, a lot of these guys are still not yet focused in the Southeast Asia. The first one, if you see Coherent and the CoverGo, they are pretty much Hong Kong based startups. They do in Hong Kong, certain portions of China. But of course, they can come to Southeast Asia. As of now, they are not much there. Tiger Lab is in Malaysia, but the founder was from Germany, so their focus is all Europe market. Uncharted, they raise funds in Singapore, but they are actually focused in Canada, certain portions of US. Simbo is focused in India. So what I'm trying to say is these are definitely our competitors. But the thing is that getting into a new country takes a lot of time and effort, regulations wise, languages, integration with the local partners. We have done all of this work in the 6 countries where we are. And we feel that this is already a pretty big barrier. And if we push it now, actually, we can be the market leader in this part of the world. These guys will come in, no doubt about it. But if we are pushing now, we actually can be much ahead of these guys because we already have a lot of these things in place.
Maybe just to take that topic a little bit further, right?
Sure.
Do you typically, market is always supply demand in the sense that do you think the reason why they are not focusing on Southeast Asia, is it because it is harder to sell into this market at the moment?
The market is huge worldwide. It's multi-trillion kind of market, right? So everybody thinks where are they having their best strengths? That's where they are. If you see here, Southeast Asia will projected to be the largest market in the world by 2030, 42% of the global premium. Everybody will come in here. These 4 or 5 guys, if I showed you, the Uncharted and these guys all are coming and signing up in Singapore, but they have not got much yet working. But they are coming in already because they see the Southeast Asia will be huge. 2.5% penetration is too little actually. And all of this will come in next 5 to 10 years. This thing will be pretty huge. We are in a just right time and right place where we can be the market leader in this part of the world. It's coming. People are coming. It's not that nobody is coming. The thing is, these 4 or 5 guys not yet there because it's not that easy for them to get into the market. Getting a meeting with one insurance company in Malaysia, we also take like 3-4 months to get that meeting. Overseas guys probably will have even more problems. So it is that kind of a problem. But all these guys will come in here. It's huge opportunity in the Southeast Asia.
Okay, thank you, Deep, and thank you, Dave, for your questions.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you. So yeah, as mentioned, again, I'd like to repeat, if you have any questions to Deep, to Aguiliux, please feel free to connect with us, to reach out to us after this demo day. We'll be happy to connect you guys offline. And everyone, we are going to take 5 minutes break. We have seen 5 great pitches so far, and then we're going to see another 5 pitches after this. I hope you had a good break, even though it's just a short break, 5 minutes break. So yeah, hello everyone. Welcome back to the inaugural demo day of Alibaba Cloud and KrASIA Global Startup Accelerators. As you all may know already, this inaugural demo day is Malaysia focused, where we highlight startups based in Malaysia, operating in Malaysia, or have plans to enter the country. I'd like to do a quick introduction again to our judges today because we also have Nas here already right now. And I'd like to start. I'd like to start with Dave. We have Dave, general partner of Altara Ventures. Hi, Dave. Would you like to show your face? Okay, and Nas from TMI, Telkom, Mitra, Inovasi. Hi, Nas. Welcome.
Hey, Sarah, I cannot unopen my video. It's being blocked. I don't know, but hi everyone.
Okay. Our team will set that up, I guess. And yeah, Suyan, can you help? But yeah, and we also have En Shu from Alibaba team. Hi, En Shu. And we have Stefan Zhang from Vision Plus. Can you start your video already, Nas? Because I think it's better to check everything okay before we go continue, to the next session.
Yeah, it's still unable. It's okay.
Unable?
If the hostess.
Not me. Okay. I didn't do it on purpose. Okay. I think while we are working on your video, I'd like to invite our next 5 startups. I would like to say the names. We have Healthopedia, and then we will be having 4.x, and then we have Sipjoy, and then we have Lingotalk, and then ClicknCare. Can I check again if your video already works? I don't think it's already working. Okay. Okay, I think because we have a very tight schedule, we can just continue to the next one. Maybe I would like to remind to the startups that are going to pitch. You have 8 minutes and 8 minutes to pitch, and then 4 minutes for Q&A. I will ring some noise. Maybe Suyan, do you want to help ring the bell so then they know how it sounds when it's 7 minutes? So if you hear that sound, that means you have 1 minute left. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, Nas, can I ask if your video already working?
Awesome. Yeah, perfect. I'm here.
Welcome. So yeah, for this upcoming 5 startups, we'll kick it off with Healthopedia. I would like to invite Benjamin. Hi, Benjamin, are you here? Hi, nice to see you. And yeah, I'm going to say one line about Healthopedia. So Healthopedia brings thousands of health, wellness, and diagnostic services into a single convenient platform that simplifies the consumer's experience in discovering simply, comparing quickly, and booking instantly their desired health services such as mental health services, physiotherapy, health screening, cryotherapy, Ayurveda, traditional medicine, and more from hundreds of quality vetted service providers. Over to you, Benjamin. Let me know when you're ready so that I can count down.
Sure thing. Let me just share my screen.
Yeah.
Sorry about the awkward camera angle. The laptop is...
It's okay. It happens.
Interesting. Okay, so is that good? Thank you so much to KrASIA, to Alibaba Cloud, and to the VCs for letting us pitch today. My name is Philip, and I'm a co-founder of Healthopedia. Healthopedia helps everyday people like you and me to make more informed health and wellness decisions. So what we do is actually we bring thousands of health, wellness, and diagnostic services into a single and convenient platform so that health consumers can discover easily, compare quickly, and book instantly their desired health services. One of the biggest frictions facing buyers or healthcare users like myself is information asymmetry, because what the user knows and what the doctor or the hospital knows tends to be very different. So this compounds when the process of how we receive information is very slow. So a lot of the hospitals and wellness centers, their focus is patient care. So their customer service is not very strong. So this becomes a problem. Then because of this, we're forced to compare between various providers through traditional methods, phone calls, flyers, and often browsing through multiple different websites as well, which makes the user's decision-making process even slower. Once we've decided what service we want, much of the booking process is done very traditionally. Now, some use WhatsApp, but even WhatsApp in itself is not really a wholesome, foolproof system. In contrast, the providers face 3 common problems. One is loss of revenue from missed opportunities from customer inquiries because they are very clinically focused. The second is product differentiation. Most medical and wellness providers have very little product differentiation. Most of it tends to be in different name changes or 1 or 2 items that are different. So they struggle to create differentiation by, and this makes it difficult for the customer who's looking for the product. Third is the healthcare industry is very highly regulated, and this limits what a medical provider can do in terms of marketing, in terms of advertising, and in terms of customer acquisition. So what is Healthopedia? Healthopedia really is a multi-vertical, multi-vendor, multidisciplinary health and wellness service marketplace. What we bring is we bring new markets to vendors. We are focused on the last mile customer acquisition, and we provide high quality customer education and services on the platform. With our proprietary partnership management software, we can speed up a partner's sales cycle by up to 80%. So this really means what it means for the partner is really it means more dollars in the bank for less amount of time spent per customer, and then focusing more on the clinical outcomes of the patient rather than the sales cycle. With the focus in Southeast Asia as a our platform grows, our market size is based on Southeast Asian government data. So approximately 56 billion is the total Southeast Asian market size. And currently we're operating in Malaysia, we're expanding into Singapore. So I take this Malaysian market size from the Malaysian government data. In 2019, this is data from 2019, about 12 million Malaysians had health or wellness services, which averages out to roughly about 600 ringgit per wellness service. So that puts the market size in Malaysia roughly about 7 billion ringgit. Since 2020, since May 2020 till April 2021, we've made over 3 million in revenue. In the last 3 months, we've done another 3 million revenue actually, but I couldn't complete the figures. So I will, if anyone needs it, you can just contact me I'll send the full details over. We're a healthcare provider with some of the biggest names in Malaysia, such as Bursa Malaysia, for example, but we also partner with government bodies and charities for healthcare services and healthcare provision. One of the core reasons we stand out is that we're a dedicated platform that looks for quality healthcare and wellness service providers from over 50 disciplines. We have so many service verticals ranging from mental health services, physiotherapy, cryotherapy, health screenings, Ayurveda, TCM, stem cells, functional medicine, and these are just to name a few. During the pandemic, we successfully added new services within our core health and wellness competencies to leverage exponential growth of our revenues, which is why, which is one of the good things that we were very excited about, how our platform was able to pivot even though COVID came. As a management team, we have over 25 years of healthcare and technology experience. All our software is built in-house. We also have, with including the board of directors, we have about 50 plus years of cumulative experience in medical and entrepreneurship. We're currently working on deepening our infrastructures to make our systems more robust and easier to use. We're focusing on solving the patient's pain points faster, cheaper, better, and easier. We're building out our augmented patient analytics portal, and also building out an artificial intelligence system to help patients find their desired services and products and services a lot better. Thank you. That's my presentation from Healthopedia today. Is there any questions?
Awesome. Thank you, Benjamin. You still have 2 minutes. Are you sure you don't want to use it? Or we can move it to the Q&A, actually.
Yeah, let's move it to the Q&A.
Yeah, sure. Judges, if you want to ask questions to Ben, so please feel free to unmute yourself, show your face if you want to. I see you unmuted. Go ahead.
Hi, Ben.
Hi, how are you going?
Cool. Awesome. I just wanted to recalling the experience that you mentioned before. Wanted to see what would be the user experience, whether actually I didn't get it or yeah, sorry, but I think I just wanted to know whether actually you were doing the delivery services into the user's home and everything, or is actually pretty much you're partnering with the clinics or hospital to do like in hospital booking or outpatient packages and everything like that. Just want to recall the services journey.
That's a great question. So the home services is what we actually proprietary built. So we do still partner with a lot of independent GPs and doctors and nurses, which helped us build that infrastructure so that we can be able to go into the patient's homes. So we currently are the owners of that product.
I see. So you're carrying some GP practitioners to work at home to do like the blood testing and take the. I see. Got it.
So since we started, I think we do maybe about 4 to 5 it was about 400 to 500 a month in terms of home testing. But again, once you know, with COVID, it's very difficult to get a continuous flow, because once the government puts it into lockdown, people don't, the numbers go down. But when it opens back up, yeah, it's we were quite excited about the outcomes of once we launched the product.
Got it. So you're putting a GP as a logistic driver of the e-commerce, right? How actually they can accomplish like maximum capacity of the things that they can carry, right, and everything. So the more that actually they can test, the more the comments that they get, the more the hospital gets some benefits out of it.
Correct. But how we started that was because we got a lot of corporate clients. So you know, we would go especially with the old structure is that, you know, you use your TPAs and you would go to any panel that would be able to carry out your testings and whatnot. But with COVID being a thing, no one wanted to interact with a lot of hospitals. So a lot of it became who can do it on site. And we had a lot of database of medical personnel who working with us from our hospital and GP partners. We have close to 20 GP partners and 50 medical and wellness center partners. So it really gave us a lot of flexibility to be able to like work with our partners to say who wants to come on board and, you know, partner with Healthopedia to do these programs. But now that we've already operated, that was how we started, right? We wanted to be asset light. Now that we know that it works, of course, we're going to build our own medical infrastructure to be able to continue to grow that.
Yeah, because I think, I don't know, we in Jakarta is actually the hospital and clinics is almost falling down out book and everything, right? I think perhaps in Malaysia it's different cases because I think it's much more you got slower COVID and everything, right? But I think just wanted to know how how's the things is how the GP is getting employed by you doing a part-time job and they get commissions based on the bookings that they got, or they also sharing bigger margins with the hospital, or how does it, because the GPs, I'm saying it because the COVID is hitting, the GPs will just be used in any unit that,
So good question. We took advantage of the fact that the clinic businesses were going their revenues were hit by loss of 60 to 70%. So we actually hired them on locum basis, and we would then do it according to that. We would send them in we'd pay them on an hourly basis. So that really kept us like real. Our revenue to cost ratio was really kept in control. Our unit economics is very strong per patient. So our margins were, you know, anywhere from, you know, I would say in the 40 to 50% on certain patients, and if it was groups, it would even go well beyond that. So that's a model that's worked so far for a year and a half. Now it's been 18 months since we've been doing that. So I think it's something that will continue to follow.
Got it. Thanks, Ben.
Thank you, Nas. Thank you, Benjamin. So yeah, the other judges, Dave or Stefan or En Shu, if you have further questions for Benjamin, feel free to let us know later after this demo day. We'll be happy to connect you with Ben. Thank you, Benjamin.
Thank you.
Okay, awesome. And move on to the next one. We have 4.X. 4.X is an industrial analytics of things platform that enables plant operations managers to dramatically decrease the time to value in industrial AI and IoT implementations. Judges, if you have further questions for Kiran or 4.X team, feel free to reach out to us after this demo day. We'll be happy to connect you with Kiran. Thank you, Kiran.
Thanks, Sarah. Thanks, gentlemen.
Yes. Okay. Next one, we're going to have Vincent from Sipjoy. Hi, Vincent, are you here?
Yes, hi everyone, I'm here.
Perfect, I can hear you clearly as well. So yeah, while you're preparing your screen, I'd like to tell the audience about Sipjoy. Sipjoy offers multi-cafe coffee passes for a standardized price. Through a proprietary app, consumers are able to purchase prepaid plans Sipjoy's partnered merchants. Okay, and today more than 12,000 cups of coffee have been redeemed through Sipjoy. Vincent, are you ready?
Yeah, can you see my screen?
Full screen. Yes, I can see it. And yeah,
all
it's
right.
already full screen.
All right, great.
I will start the timer right now.
All right, hello everyone. My name is Vincent. We are Sipjoy, your ultimate one price multi-cafe coffee pass. So before I started this startup, I actually run a coffee business. So I enjoy making coffee, talking to customer, but more importantly, I enjoy building a relationship with them. So in short, I just got my hand dirty in the process from the ground up. So it's one fine day, one of a regular customer named Osman. You can see in the pictures, the guy next to me. So he came up to me and said, "Hey Vincent, can I just buy 10 cups of coffee in advance? And then whenever I'm here, I should redeem my coffee." So I say, why not, you see? So it's really a benefit us because we get a cash flow. So we're thinking, if Osman, there's demand for like Osman. So we believe that, what about others customers? Then we begin our validation process in a manual way through a manual cuts. So in the first 2 months, we managed to acquire hundreds paying users. So and then there's a trouble because in a manual way, there's a lot of the hiccups and human errors, and also it would drag down your operation efficiency. So we decided to digitalize the whole customer journey into a mobile apps. And then we are thinking, so if a cafe like us need this kind of service, I'm sure there are other local independent cafe out there, they need this kind of service as well. That's how Sipjoy started. So this year, there are more than 300,000 cafes in 2020. And did you know there are 50 new cafes opening up every single day? So with this pace, we are looking at an opportunity of more than 400,000 cafes by 2025. So what if I tell you, you can get coffee from all your local cafes with one flat price? What more you can save 10 to 10%. So introducing Sipjoy, your one price multi-cafe coffee pass. So we have just launched our mobile app last year, January, and it's available to download now in Apple Store and Google Play Store. So how does Sipjoy works? Just take Osman as an example. So Osman, he's a coffee drinker. He loves coffee, so he buys his coffee in advance. The more he buys, the more he saves. And then all the coffee that he had purchased are now stored in his phone, just like an e-wallet, but here we call it as a coffee wallet. So now Osman, he can redeem his coffee anytime he wants it at all cafes. And the amazing part is he can actually send coffee to his friends, colleagues, just to make someone's day better. So only in 2020s, we have accumulated 1,500 users, and we have 30 over partner cafes, and also there are 300 paying users, and we accumulate annual revenue of $25,000. So to date, there are 12,000 cups of coffee has been redeemed. So how do we make money? On B2B2C, we take 10% from every transaction. And on a B2B, it's free for all the cafes on board our platform, but we do charge a small fees for our advertising space and also marketing tools. So the global coffee market is valued at 460 billion 2020. And just like Airbnb, they are the largest accommodation provider who owns no property. At Sipjoy, we aim to be the largest independent coffee chain who owns no coffee shop. So our mission in Sipjoy is very simple. We just want to help all these local independent cafe be their marketing arms, and also introduce them all the features they couldn't get, what they couldn't get from all the big boys, what they're enjoying. And for the user side, so we just want to help users to save money and also discover new cafes. And of course, we know that there's a lot of coffee out there, which is driven by tech. So what differentiates us from the rest is that actually they are only focused on their own brands, which is called single brand. For us, we are an open platform that cater to multiple brands, all the local independent cafes. So our competitive advantage. So we know that in futures it's really it's a very fast pace. It's on the go. So everything is 100% mobile centric. For user and for cafe as well. And also we are a very small startup lean team, so we got very focused. So we just focus on the cafe only. There's no restaurant, no hotel store, and no fine dining. And also there's a cafe marketplace. So our founding team has more than 10 years experience in coffee industry and also mobile app developments. So thank you everyone. We are Sipjoy, your ultimate one price multi-cafe coffee pass. And open up to all the questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Vincent. You still have time, but yeah, thank you. Fantastic presentation. Okay, may I know? Okay, Dave, I see you're unmute yourself. Please go ahead.
Hey, thanks for the presentation. Can I ask, how do you and your co-founders meet and come together to do this?
Oh, interesting. Actually, I
started. What is the relationship between you and your co-founders?
All right, sure. I started this as a solo founder. I run a coffee business, coffee shop. Then I, from the customer request, I started this Sipjoy startup. So then I started with a solo founder. I get a tech house to develop for us. Then along the way, I noticed that I need someone co-founder as a tech co-founder to really to do all the coding thing on the tech side, because we are a really tech company, so we need a co-founder. So I searched in Google actually. Actually, it's not for any application, just from Google. I just pick up. So I look at one of a coffee industry or coffee apps. It's called Cloud Coffee. I'm not sure whether you're aware. It's in Malaysia. So actually, they already gone. So then I try to dig out who are the person behind this coffee cloud. So I try to connect with him. So I just threw out a few sessions of talking. Then we just I think the chemistry is there. So I just invite them to onboard to Sipjoy. Yeah, that's how we meet my co-founders. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dave. Anyone else? Perhaps Nas or Nas. Go ahead.
Hey, Vincent.
Hey.
This can curing my addiction to coffee every day. No, I just wanted to get the. I still don't get it on same price because I think you put it on a subscription basis, so you can get cheaper costs from the merchants, or you embed it as well with some services that merchants will pay. I don't know whether actually it's loyalty or some analytics or something like that. So I just wanted to get what will be the basic. Still don't get it, the basic logics about how you can get the same price for FT coffee.
I see. So thanks. The bigger picture is just you purchase, let's say a user like Mr. you purchase a plan in the apps. Let's say you buy 10 cups of coffee. You got to buy in bulk, you see, either 10 cups, 20 cups. So you can redeem your coffee from all these partner cafe with Sipjoy. Let's say you are in this town, you can just walk in and just redeem everything through mobile phone QR scanning. So this is the user benefit. So what benefit they get is that actually they save cost by buying bulks. Yeah, so this is we call it the bigger picture. But then we face problem, you see, when we're doing this, because different cafe, they have different pricing models. So some they're selling like, in Malaysia terms, 10 ringgit, some is selling 12 ringgit. So different cafe, different pricing. So when I approach all these cafe and talk to them, right? So I noticed that actually some of them, they are not willing to, it's so hard to onboard them because they don't see the value of, because we will, so how do we reimburse them, the merchant, is that once every time a customer redeem, then we will pay them back in a discounted price, like 8 ringgit. So let's say the merchant, they're starting at 12 ringgit, so we just pay them 8 ringgit. So it's a price get different there. So they feel that they don't willing to give us these profits. So then we notice this roadblock, and then now we want to shift side to the merchant first. That's why we call it our first phase. So we will allow the merchants to create their own plan, to customize their own pricing models for their regulars or even the non-regulars. So then only we see the response. One of our testimony, one of our cafe. So instead of they selling cups per cups now to the user, to the customer, now they're selling plans to all their regulars. So this is very, very amazing. So then after we accumulate, our target is 100 merchants, and then we will move to the multi-pass, whereby it's a target on the user side, they can just enjoy standard price for all the cafes. Yeah.
Got it. So you're actually right now just selling subscriptions for one merchant there. I think if I subscribe to 4, let's say, I just only can redeem the 4, right? The current,
correct.
The current
exactly. Yeah. Now it's me. Let's say I subscribe to this cafe A, they only can redeem from cafe A. That's right. You're right.
I see. Got it. Got it.
That's
yeah, because you got some artisan. Okay, got it.
Yeah. Correct.
Okay. Anything else? But I think time is also already up. Okay, Vincent, thank you so much. Great presentation.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good day. And everyone who wants to connect with Vincent from Sipjoy, please feel free to reach out to us. As mentioned in the chat box, the email address, we will be happy to connect you with Vincent. And I'll move on to the next one. Bye, Vincent. Okay. Next one, we'll be having Lingotalk. There is Andre here who will be presenting. And hi, Andre.
Hi, how are you?
How are you doing?
Good.
Okay. While you are trying to start the presentation, I'm going to explain a little bit more about Lingotalk. So Lingotalk is an education tech platform that, is an edtech platform focusing on delivering efficient language learning with the support of an AI-based recommendation system. Okay, I see your screen. You think you're ready?
Yeah.
Okay, your 8 minutes starts now.
Okay, thank you, Sarah. Happy to be here. Hello, everyone. My name is Andre. I'm a co-founder and CEO of Lingotalk. So Lingotalk is an edtech platform in Indonesia, which is basically an aggregator between our learning contents that we build in-house with our developed technology. So we are focusing on delivering efficient language learning through technology that we are developing AI-based, which is a recommendation system to create a personalized and tailor-made curriculums and materials for our users. Okay, and the reason we first started creating Lingotalk is that we see the pain points that lies in the country, which is the needs analysis. In Indonesian curriculums, the analysis is kind of failed to suit the student needs because the generalized curriculums are being forced by the teachers to be fit into different types of learners that all the Indonesian students have. That's the basic problems that we see that leads into the problem of the inefficiency. That's why a lot of inefficient language learning process happening in Indonesia, where a lot of people are learning in the one language but stays in the same level for quite a while. And this happens through the time where 75% of the students actually lost to explore their potentials because they don't have like a more progressive learning experience by the current curriculums. And also the language learning index, as we can see, Indonesia is still in the position number 15 out of top 24 in Asia. So what we want to build is that we want to accelerate the language learning journey. We can see from the left side of the screen is the conventional system that our research internally has already been done, which is the learning output that in every classes that been delivered is only 40% from the expected learning output, because the 60% is used to repeat the materials from the previous sessions. Why? Because of the fixed and standardized learning materials that are actually very broad and trying to force everyone to fit into one general materials. In Lingotalk, we are trying to build the recommendation system. So we will pre-assess first based on their profiling, and then we combine it with the VIRK learning style, visual, auditory, reading, aesthetic. So that's before user on board and having their own materials, they will be pre-assessed for us to be able to automatically give them the recommended learning materials. So it will reduce like 35% of the learning time from them by eliminating the materials repetition and actually focusing on delivering what the users need to learn in terms of materials. For example, if one user wants to study IELTS in other places, they have to go 1 year to study IELTS to have like a band score of 8. In Lingotalk, we're gonna be focusing on finishing the course in 9 months by focusing on delivering what matters and eliminating the repetitions that they no longer needs to learn, and focusing on improving what they actually need to learn to in order to achieve the learning goal that they want. So it's more into like cutting the learning pathway. So this is the product and business model that we are developing. We are currently having quite segments, but as of now, we're focusing on one key segment, which is kids segment. We call it Lingo Junior. From our revenue stream, it contributes very much up to this date. And the user journey that we want to create, as you can see from the screen, is from the account creations and then language they want to choose, and also the schedule selections. And we will have like a subscription plan, which is basically will be paid monthly. And before they go into like the learning, they will be pre-assessed first, with which I've already explained before. And it will pop up in their app about the recommended learning plan that they have. based on their pre-assessment. This is the revenue stream and the customer acquisition strategy that we created. Mostly the revenue comes from 3 channels: the B2B, B2C sales, and also university. We're partnering with doing profit sharing, and also in terms of working with schools or university, we have like a fixed term courses. We've already catered some of biggest school in Indonesia, such as Penabur. From the B2C side, we're selling our core products. Basically, there are 4 channels sub-channels that we create, and we acquire customers mostly based on the community, because Lingotalk basically comes from the community called Polyglot Indonesia. And by activation within the community, we craft a longer term of engagement. There are ads. We're creating our own in-house student ambassador and parents ambassador. This one is for the Lingo Junior products. And also upcoming is we are going to create a membership or loyalty program based on the points. So this is to create a more time spent on our app. So users can spend more time in the app by doing this loyalty program, where we incentivize them with a point that can be redeemed into a voucher whenever they want to learn the language. So here are some milestones. Basically, we're working on Lingo Junior. We're working on the Lingo Junior. The upcoming milestones will be like every 2 quarters. Focusing on we're focusing on the premium segment rollout, and then by the end of 2022, we're going to do in-app gamifications, and finally we'll be working on certifications in 2023. So this is the last slide, which is the team, the board member that we have. We have 2 board of advisors, which is our early investors. So they are basically people are which is very working on the education field in Indonesia and also in Asia. Both of Mr. Iwan and Mr. Dr. Kai is a researcher and also seed funders. Our commissioner is actually a co-owner of one of the biggest international school in Indonesia called Mentari School. Team-wise, me and Hardy as a co-founder, we're friends in the university, joining by Joe, which is former consultant, and Kenny here is a lead engineer. She is like a serial software engineer in India, and actually getting her master degree in Arizona, which is in AI and machine learning. And last but not least, we have Jeremy, which is a former lecturer in China. He has like a degree in Chinese literature and also a master degree in education. So pretty much a dream team for us to create this Lingotalk together. So thank you so much, everyone, for listening. So
thank you, Andre. Awesome. All right. Okay. Judges, you can go ahead if you have questions.
Just wanted to reconfirm your retention, Andre. What does it mean? More like the student engage with the next chapter or the next modules, or how does it look like, and how is this the completion rate of the student? Because I think it's the Lingotalk Junior, right? I think you have to get the parents push the kids to learn and everything, right? So I just the retentions mean, and also the completion rate of the student.
Right. Thank you, Mas Nadir. Well, actually, what we count, what we define as a retention rate is people who is actually buying our package or resubscribes to our platform after they already used the previous product or the similar product, because we're creating we're creating like one whole language learning experience where it actually needs to be followed from A to Z. So we understand that if the customers doesn't return, meaning that there is something we need to fix on the product side. And we monthly we are also gathering all of the feedbacks from the customers. And now we make some kind of audiency in terms of creating Language Junior with the parents. So parents will be like the decision makers on the product side, whether they want to go for the for the next purchase or not. And it's actually creating a multiplier effects within the parents community. And I think the word of mouth as of now is still one of the biggest marketing strategy that we have to actually multiply the growth of the users and also to retain our customers.
Okay. Do you have another question, Nas? Because we still have 1 minute. If not, that's okay too. Oh, good. All right. Okay. Andre, thank you for your presentation. Thank you for being here with us today. And
thank you for your time as well.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Andre. So yeah, the last but not least, we now already in the end of the last startup. I would like to invite ClicknCare. Are you here yet?
Yes. Hello.
Okay. Hi, Sultan.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you clearly. Okay. While you are starting your deck, your presentation, I would like to, say your one-liner to our audience. Maybe you can start your screen. So yeah, ClicknCare is a telehealth platform for migrant workers that provides access to affordable healthcare and doctors that can speak their language. With current 2 types of services, migrant workers can consult both GP and specialist doctors online. Users can also order over-the-counter medicines or receive prescriptions with which they can purchase medications from ClicknCare's partner clinics and pharmacies. I believe you can tell more about you on your presentation. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, I haven't seen your screen yet.
স্বাস্থ্য সেবা এখন হাতের মুঠোয়। আপনারা সবাই কেমন ভালো আছেন? Did anyone understand what I said? Maybe not. There are 272 million migrants around the world, and in Malaysia there are about 7 million migrant workers, and actually foreign workers consist around 18.5% of the total population and 35% of the total workforce. If you look at it exceeds the Indian ethnic population. In the foreign worker distribution, the neighboring Indonesia is the largest, and followed by Nepal, Bangladesh, Myanmar, and other countries. And they are involved in 3D services, dangerous, difficult, and dirty jobs. So,
sorry, before you continue, I would like to confirm, are you going to use your slide or not? Because we haven't seen your slide yet, actually.
Oh, sorry. Let me go back.
Yeah, we can start over. It's okay. Yeah, you can try first.
Okay. Oh, I missed to share the screen. Sorry for that.
All right. Let me know when you're ready.
Can you see now?
I can. You can choose the full screen. I think that would be nice.
Sorry for that.
Awesome. Okay, let's start it over. 8 minutes from now.
স্বাস্থ্য সেবা এখন হাতের মুঠোয়। আপনারা সবাই কেমন আছেন? Did anyone understand what I said? Probably not. There are about 272 million migrants around the world. And in Malaysia, we have 7 million migrant workers living here. And it consists around 18.5% of the total population and also 35% of the total workforce. And it exceeds the Indian population, Indian ethnic population. On the distribution side, the neighboring Indonesia has the largest supplier, and then followed by Nepal, Bangladesh, Myanmar, and other countries. And they are actually involved in 3D services, dirty, difficult, and dangerous, which are actually is not liked by the local. They are mainly working in the construction, service industry, manufacturing, and agriculture. So what is the problem here? There are 3 main problems which actually holds them to consult a local doctor. The main is being language. They cannot explain their problem properly. Then the cost for foreigners is higher, and the document problem. 50% of them are undocumented, so they don't have any choice to go to healthcare centers. On top of that, the time to travel has an impact on their money. They have to take leave without pay. But on the other hand, the market inside is fantastic. they have 80% of them have a smartphone. And average top-up is about 80 ringgit, which is around $20 per month. And each consultations have a cost of around $20 to $50, which actually hits their pocket. And 70% of them are using this money from their own pocket. So to address all these pain points, with my experience, my vast experience in telehealth, we developed a platform where we have brought the native doctors to eliminate the language barrier. So the communications is easier, and there is followed the continuity of care and confidence is built in. So they have now a one-stop solution with our platform. If you look at the market size, it's quite big. And during the pandemic, it has taken a different paradigm shift. We are focusing on Southeast Asia currently with Malaysia market and with Bangladesh migrant workers. So if you look at Southeast Asian market, is $480 million. And then there is another market, 20 million in Middle East. So it's $1 billion more than $1 billion market there. So on the business model, we have two prepaid services, which is we call ClickTalk and ClickDoc. ClickTalk is basically for general physicians consultations, and ClickDoc is for specialists. And these are all prepaid, so they have to pay and then see the doctor. We have a 30% margin from here, and then we have clinic, labs, and pharmacies as our partner. We get 5 to 10% from these sales. On the customer journey, it's pretty simple. We have a mobile-friendly web-based application right at this moment, and they can actually register on our platform, and then whenever they require to see a doctor, they can pay and call our helpline and get the appointment. And then on the video call, they can talk to a native doctor and get the prescription. From the prescription, actually, we send it to our partner pharmacy, and they give us the quotation, what's the cost of the medicine. And finally, through the pharmacies, we deliver through the courier to their doorstep. So it's a total value chain is completed, and all the stakeholders are involved. I don't call it a competition, but there are a lot of enablers in the market. Dr. Us, Dr. To You, TeleMe, BookDoc, GetDoc, etc. But none of them are actually focusing migrant workers or language specific focus. So you are the one, and we have that USP. But we don't rule out that someone will come up, but we want to take the first mover advantage and also the fast mover advantage. So, so far we have a few achievements on the award side. We have been runner-up in the MIT Inclusive Innovation Challenge in 2018 in Asia region. Then we have been finalists in many occasions. You can see on this. I'm not going to elaborate on that, but we have very good relations with Ministry of Health, who are the custodian, who is the custodian of this domain. And we have also domain collaboration with Doc2Us on the health screening, and GetDoc with their clinic partners. So we are actually coping up with what's happening in Malaysia right now. We have 3 pharmacies on board. We have remittance partners, and also very shortly we are going to roll out a health screening program with mobile testing lab, one of the startup, Nino Malaysia, very soon. We have been into different accelerator program as well. One of the prestigious in Malaysia, Magic-driven accelerator program. Then Nexia, Blue Chili in Singapore, and Access Health International very recently. And we have got a lot of coverages in internationally and nationally here. So on the growth side, though we are not having much revenue, but we visualize and see there is a quite interesting growth over the years. And we see 150 to 300% growth in coming years. And the pandemic has actually really has positively impacted in this domain. On the marketing side, currently we are on the B2C side. We are doing digital advertisement, but it's not working. So we need to go to them and show them how it works really. So we are going to actually twist our strategy a little bit. We will be involving Kapala. Kapala means leaders of the community, because where they actually listen to the Kapalas very much. So that will be agent-based marketing we'll be focusing on. And also on the B2B side, we'll be talking to different big players like Top Gloves, Simdare, Felda, and others who have thousands of workers in their workforce. On the market readiness and challenge side, so we have 3,000 plus registered users. At this moment, we have 40 plus doctors, both specialists and general physicians. We have issued 1,000 plus e-prescriptions so far. So we are thinking starting small, but thinking big. And we know that we know our business. So we want to grow with the partnerships. So we are focusing on e-wallet partnerships like eTouch and Go. There are millions of customers there already, and migrant workers are using them. So with the Alibaba, who is actually one of the owner of Touch and Go, so we can build on that. Regulatory side, they are revisiting the act, and we are part of the discussion. So we feel that there will be enabling regulation coming up, and there will be a sandbox very soon, regulatory sandbox, which we will also be participating, inshallah. So on the core side, I am here, and my co-founder, Bir Rashid, also we work together with Telenor, and the technology expert, he actually involved in MOL team lead, which is one of the first e-payment solution in Malaysia. Then our Dr. Somir Kumar is actually working here for 30 years, and he has 12 years of migrant workers experience. We are looking at some $425,000 US for our technology improvement, marketing, and talent operations and operations. On the technology, we want to introduce AI, ML, and IoT so that we can bring a good service for these people. So I invite everyone to let us put our hands together and make a better world, who has actually give their sweat to build this beautiful infrastructures in Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore, Thailand, and everywhere. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Sultanur. And yeah, we have 4 minutes Q&A. Dave, perhaps you want to ask some questions?
I actually don't have any at the moment. Why don't I just pass on to the rest?
Sure. Anyone else, perhaps? Nas or En Shu or Stefan?
No, I don't have any. Thank you.
Okay. Nas, do you want to add something?
All good for me.
All good. And Stefan, anything? Anything? Okay. If you have any follow-up questions later, feel free to give it to us, and then we'll be happy to pass it over to ClicknCare, to Sultanur. Thank you, Sultanur. Thank you for presenting your deck.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe I explain the sentence we started with. That is Shasto Sheba Ekon Hater Murthoi, means the healthcare is in your hand. And Apnara Kemon Asen, it means how are you all?
I see.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih. You're welcome. Okay. Well, with the end of Sultanur's presentation, is also that means we already come to the end of today's session, today's demo day. I would like to thank you everyone for tuning in so far. And yeah, okay, hold on. On behalf of Alibaba Cloud and KrASIA Global Startup Accelerator team, we would like to thank you all for being here with us today. Thank you to all judges, Altara Ventures, to TMI, Vision Plus Capital, En Shu from Alibaba Cloud, as well as Yilan from Alibaba Cloud Intelligence Malaysia. And we also would like to thank you, the 10 startup finalists. Congratulations as well. I mean, you've made it this far. It's also a big deal. And yeah, thank you to everyone who are tuning in today. If you have any questions, as always, please feel free to reach out to us. I believe you already have one of our contact here, everyone here. So yeah, feel free. And for the scoring, our judges will be completing the scoring soon. So yeah, we aim to announce the country stars on Monday. Please tune in to the Lingotalk group because yeah, we mostly announcing things over Lingotalk. And yeah, as mentioned also by Yilan in her opening keynote, we'll be having series of demo day across Asia countries. For the next one, we'll be running Hong Kong focused demo day, which will be held on October 13th. Registrations for the next Hong Kong Demo Day is already open and it will be closed on September 24. Perhaps you have startups in your network who are based in Hong Kong, operating in Hong Kong, or have plans to enter the country. Yeah, feel free to refer these informations or to connect with us. And yeah, wish you guys all have a great day ahead. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.